Now, I was talking, the other day, we were talking about this issue that erupted in the sleepy resort village of Alexandria Bay, nestled along the shores of the Black River in the shadow of Boat Castle, and home of the Pirates Weekend. Which is, this year they're changing the event a little bit. They're going to have, the Pirates will be dressed as Somalis this year. But there was a controversy over cage dancing that erupted in this sleepy village. And you and I might think, well, what's the big deal? We all lived in the 60s. Shindig, go-go dancing, remember that? Remember even on Laugh-In, they'd have people standing there in white boots and miniskirts dancing and stuff. It was all just part of the ambiance. Well, that's what's proposed. That's what one nightclub owner, Mr. Thompson there, is thinking of doing in his bar called Downtown, which is in downtown Alex Bay, formerly Bootleggers, formerly Alexander's Ragtime. And apparently on the blogs and message boards in Alex Bay, controversy erupted between those who were appalled and troubled over it, village officials who are scrambling to say, what can we do? How can we regulate it? And so on. And others who say, well, so what? What's the big deal? And all of this just existed in the blogosphere for quite a while, until Friday at 6 o'clock, when it burst onto the consciousness of an entire region as Channel 7 News, under the beneficent tutelage of Scott Atkinson, ran a story about the controversy in Alex Bay. And I was talking to the reporter who did that this morning, Jeff Nelson, Nelly, a veteran of the nightclub scene. He's a musician himself. He's not somebody who's easily offended by a woman in a cage or on a trapeze or anything. But he said there are people up there, when he went to do the story, who are concerned, who came up to him on the street but wouldn't speak publicly, but they want their sleepy family image to be maintained. Now, listen, I had a lot of good times in the Bay, like everybody in our generation did years ago at Alexander's Ragtime, but I'm just not convinced, well, the cage dancers are that much of a threat to the collective morals of the community. And what are cage dancers? Really, when you think about it. Everybody feels obliged. Well, they'll be fully clothed. Well, they can't be too fully clothed. They're not going to have much appeal, but I presume it would be like bikinis, polka dot bikinis, or mini skirts and white boots, that kind of thing. And it's just part of an ambiance in a place. You got to have more going on than just, do you want your Jenny Light in a bottle or a can? There's got to be more to it. It's a resort town. So, and high-def TVs are fine, and entertainment's fine, but, this is just something that adds a little bit of excitement, something that differentiates the nightclub from just sitting there drinking beer on your boat. And as far as female pulchritude, goodness gracious, you get some middle-aged guy with a little potbelly and a cigarette boat or something, and he's got 3 or 4 22-year-olds in string bikinis lying on the bow in front of everybody who walks down the public dock. If you're worried about the exposure of human flesh, goodness gracious, look at the families who walk down those docks. I wouldn't worry about it. That's my feeling, but village officials are quoted as saying, I wish he had come to us. I wish Mr. Thompson had come to us. And he didn't. And the reason he didn't is because he doesn't have to. Because there is no legal prohibition on cage dancing. You may want there to be, somebody may want there to be, but there isn't one. It's not prevailing community standards, it's not anything. There is no prohibition against it. And most of these adult entertainment ordinances that are written, and much as the one in the city was written back in the 80s, if anybody had the money to contest it, it would be unconstitutional. But most people don't, so they can be enforced, but it's just I don't know. What do you think about cage dancing in Alex Bay? Just a harmless diversion in a nightclub? Or is it a sign of moral decay on the horizon? You call us at 755-1240, and we'll let you comment on it. Good afternoon, hotline.
Yes. To start with, I don't think Alex Bay is a family town. I think it's a nightlife town, to start with. And the cages, I would say, are a better idea than having these stripper poles and the swings that you stand on in the bar that are already there.
Wait a minute, they have poles there now?
Oh, yeah, they have a couple at least.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And trapezes or swings?
They have a large swing that's for standing on.
And what's that all about? What do you do on that?
You just swing on it, but standing.
Well, swing doing what? Do you take your clothes off and swing on it, or?
No, just stand on it and swing. And they have saddle bar seats. I don't think a cage is anything to worry about. It's a 21 and over bar.
Saddle bar seats. They don't have a trapeze, though.
No.
Okay. Whew, thank goodness. But they have, and what do people actually pole dance? Pole dancing is a form of recreation and exercise, actually, in addition to being entertainment. But are people there pole dancing, like customers?
Yeah. You'll see a few women get up there
And what do they do? Just like grind on the pole, or?
Yeah, just dance and use that as an accessory.
And that agitates the crowd?
No. The people that are in there know what's in there and what's going on.
Yeah. All right. Well, so you're not against cage dance. Could you ever foresee yourself cage dancing?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Righty, thanks.
Well, thanks for calling, ma'am. All righty. Bye now. 755-1240 is the phone number if you'd like to give us a call. Now, I noticed that on some of the blogs, I think there were some people, and I wish I could remember, I should call my good friend Brenda. I won't mention any last names right now, who used to dance at the Hotel Woodruff, and she's still a beautiful woman, could dance today, but, she was there back in, I think, the early 70s and so on. I should give her a call sometime and have her give her views on all of this, because it's like fashion and so on. What goes around comes around. But apparently Channel 7 thought there was enough meat on that bone, if you will, that they sent a crew up to Alex Bay to do a story on. Now, the other media up here, the more staid and conservative, Watertown Times hasn't covered it yet. But you tell us, is it a big deal or not? We're going to check the web board and see if there's anything. There were some postings on there, on the Jefferson County web board. I did put a post on there the other day, sort of kicking the topic off, once I saw Channel 7 had covered it. Good afternoon, Hotline.